is our wired battery case, our motor, our 3 markers, and our propeller. Of course, our water bottle. We are recycling today, and you can leave the paper on it if you want, or you can peel it off. I'm going to just leave it on there. It gives him a little more decoration, my robot dude. So the first thing we're going to do is make sure your lid is on tight. Do you have a lid? If you don't have a lid, let's find you a bottle that has one. Yeah. Yep, absolutely. The reason being is this is where your motor is going to go, up on the top. Okay, so there's a sticker on the bottom already on your motor. Yeah, so peel the sticker. And yeah, just place it on your motor, on top of your bottle, just like that, and stick it on there. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take, you see the same kind of sticky? I want you to put it somewhere behind the motor. On the side where your motor has the two tips, put it even with that. Does that make sense? I would suggest putting it spring down. The spring side down. Because of the way the battery fits in. And these batteries are tough to get back out, let me tell you what. But we're going to put ours, I'm going to put it right there with the spring side down. The wires are going to reach no matter what. They're really long enough. So the next thing we are going to do, now that we've got our wires and they're now going to be in our way, this is the tricky part. You need to tape your markers on, and we're going to go around with tape. She's already got tape. And you're going to put it to where the markers are below the bottom of the bot. Because these are his feet, and you have to do it in around the bot, space them out, okay? He's going to kind of be standing like this, and make it as even as you possibly can.
Are we doing one piece of tape around all 3?
I would do 3 pieces of tape because it's just easier to control. And we're just going to do just like that. You're going to tape it on just like that. She's coming around with tape, and I will come around with tape too. And like I said, you want to space it out so it's kind of like it would make a triangle, because this is how it has to stand. You want them to be as, see what I did? One's shorter than the other, and that won't work. We got to try and make them as even as possible. So now your robot should be able to stand on your markers. Right on. And if you've got thin tape and you want to, you might want to tape it extra tight to make sure it doesn't wiggle off, because our robots are gonna wiggle. Like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect so long as he stands. So long as he stands. Okay.
All right, looking good.
Everybody got their propeller?
Oh, yeah. All right, good shot, yeah.
Okay, the propeller has been worked so that it should fit right on the end of your motor. Just pinch it on there. It won't snap or anything, but once it's on there. Now, go ahead and take your battery, and it may be a little difficult because these are really tight. These are really tight cases. But make sure the flat end of the battery, the negative end. You guys know about the negative end and the positive end of the battery? Which end is the positive end? The one that has a knob on it, right. Okay, the positive end goes up, the negative end goes to the spring. So take the negative end and just start in the middle. If you start in the middle like this, and then you can push it down and put it in. Okay, ready? Uncap your markers. This is the scribble part of Scribble. Uncap the markers. Lay it down and gently pull the caps off. And stand him back up. Okay, so now you're going to take your wires. You see those two little tab ends? One has a plus and one has a one has nothing. If your wires are red and black, match up the red to the positive. If your wires aren't, you should have an R and a B on there as to which one's which, or you can just look at the wire closest to the battery to know which one's red, and you hook that up to the positive. A technology problem. It's not moving. His propeller is going, but it's not moving. Why? Does anybody have any idea why? You can go ahead and take it apart. Go ahead, tell me. Unplug it. Our propellers are perfectly balanced, right? Our robot is even. Our robot is even. Everything about him is even. Take off one of the clips. Okay. Because when working with electricity, you always want to disconnect the wires so that you do not have electricity running through it when you're doing it. Even though you're not going to. You need to arm yourself with a pair of scissors. What can we change? If the markers are even, and we want them to be even, and the propeller is perfectly balanced, does it have to stay that way? No. You are going to adapt your propeller by cutting one side, only one side, not the whole thing, just about half of it. Just about, right about here. If it doesn't quite move, cut your propeller just a little bit more. Turn it off first, though. Now that you've made the robot, you can take off one and take all the decorations. There's yarn for hair, which is what the glue sticks are for. There are eyes. You pick the number of eyes up to 6. Up to 6. Yeah, I would put the cap on. I would put the caps on while you're working with it to keep your markers from drying out. There is pipe cleaners or chenille sticks that you can make arms with. Use the tape to secure them on.